Hello guys, and today we have here another amazing deck profile. We have here the Hermit Yokai, or the Yosenju, but I think they sound better as Hermit Yokai, so I'll be calling them that. Or more than likely I'll be calling them both, because I do tend to do that to archetypes. But since last playing this deck, because I don't think I actually did a deck profile on this, because I didn't like it. I didn't like the play style and all that. But it has gotten some new support. It's very interesting. And there was one card that it could have been better. But it is still really interesting, and I know by itself, mainly because of this guy, it can give decks like Necroz a run for their money, because it can, once I get to his effect, you will see why. And not only that, it can get around the whole Jin thing with Necroz, where it's like you can't special summon. Well, these guys, they like to normal summon other ones more than once, so they can just get out a whole bunch of monsters and be like, oh yeah, I have a whole bunch of monsters, and they were all normal summons. So they can get around a Jin, and they look like they can be really interesting. So it could be another one of those decks that might not do so well against Burning Abyss and Clifford's, but could stand up against the Necroz, and it could be that one matchup where you're at a Regionals, an ARG, or YCS, and you don't want to face, because if you lose it, you might not end up topping, because again, at Regionals or YCS, you have to pretty much go undefeated in order to top. So I shall go white, and this guy's just amazing, because you don't use him as a pendulum monster, you use him as a monster, and his pendulum summon cannot be negated, so that's really great. If this card is normal or special summon, target one or two cards on the field, return them to the hand. That includes yours. So take a look for those people that know what cards I'm running. What card would I want to return to my hand? Tenki, and I'll get on to Tenki's effect for those who don't know after I reach it. But besides that, it can return one or two cards on either player's side of the field. So you could use it to get rid of your scales, to make it so, oh, now you can't MSC my scales during your turn, I have my scales in my hand. Or you can get rid of cards on your opponent's side of the field, so it's just really great. And then, during the end phase, if this card was special summoned, return it to the hand. We run 3 Autos, because you can use them to search out our actual scales. And then we run one of the level 6, and that's because you really don't want them. You want them more to pendulum summon, but like, I know this guy has an effect when he gets normal summoned, he special summons out a Yosenju from your deck, and this guy, when he special summons, when he's pendulum summoned, he can target one card on the field and destroy it, and if it attacks a non-wind monster, it can destroy him immediately. But you really don't want to do that, summon out these guys too much, because it really messes up, because more than likely, seeing how you're doing normal summons, you're gonna have to tribute a monster, so that can kind of mess things up. I think one of these guys actually special summons. If this is normal summon, yeah, you special summon. This guy can attack your opponents directly. Yeah, this guy can. Yeah, it can attack your opponent directly, but it is halved, so that is really good. We want one bear and one gorilla, just so that way we can use them to search out our Tenkis and get rid of monsters and back row. So it's kind of like our MST, so that's like smashing round of the deck. And to clear our back row, because sometimes your back row can get really filled real quickly. This guy, again, he normal summons another one. He's a Grammel. If you control another Hermit Yokai, he can just send it back to the hand. So that's the whole thing with Necroz. It's like, oh, I have this Trishula out. You can't special summon. Returns to hand. Oh. Unless, of course, they have another Trishula, in which case they can negate him. And then it becomes a whole situation if I have this, if he has that. Because they could always negate the second Trishula with this card. And do note, all of these guys here, they return to the, all of them have an effect that makes them return to the deck. This guy returns if special summoned, this guy returns if special summoned, these guys return if normal summoned, and he returns if special summoned. And this guy is the searcher of the deck. If you inflict battle damage, when another Hermit Yokai monster you control inflicts battle damage, you can add one Hermit Yokai card. See, these cards work really well together. Direct attacks can summon each other out. It's kind of how the deck works. Oh, I thought one did special summon another one. Normal summon, normal summon, normal summon. I thought one special summoned. I was wrong. And then this one does not actually normal or special summon, but he is kind of the honest of the deck, or more along the lines of a decisive armor. If he's on the field, you can target a Hermit Yokai monster and it gains 1,000. If he's in the hand, you can discard him, but only if if a hermit yokai monster is attacking another monster. So he's very, very interesting. So we run 3. You really want to run 3 of these guys for the other searcher on the deck. And then we have our scale. This has an interesting pendulum effect. If a hermit yokai monster would be destroyed by battle card effect, you can destroy this card instead. This guy can increase his scale to 11, so that way you can actually pendulum summon this guy. But if you do, you can only special summon. You cannot special summon monsters except hermit yokai monsters for the rest of the turn. And then we want 1 instant fusion for noting, because this deck doesn't have any good way to cycle, and so why not? Just lets you get out some really makes a rank 4 and summons out another one. Unfortunately, Nodin will negate their effects, so it's not like you can do summon out more, but there is a card that I would really like it that I'll be getting onto eventually. 1 Rejeki, 1 Soul Charge. Again, doesn't cycle through the grave, so it's just to let you summon them out, and it's like 2k for an Exciton Knight or 101. And now this is a card that's really interesting. Could have been better, because if you don't already have the cards you need, this card can be really lackluster. But each time a hermit yokai monster is no more special summoned, place a hermit yokai counter on this card. If it has 3, because the other one doesn't really matter, add a hermit yokai card from your deck or graveyard to your hand, so it does do a little bit of cycling. But if you only have 1 or 2, then it can be kind of dead. It's like, I need to get that search off now, but I can't. But if you already have 3, then you can just start going plus. Like, you can start going plus, and if you can get like 4 of them to your hand, then you would just constantly be summoning more. And so if you can get multiples out and you can still summon out multiple monsters, then this can be really, really awesome. Then we run Tenki. Tenki searches out Beast Warrior, which all of these guys are. They are all Beast Warriors. And so, again, just being able to return Tenki means that you can get off another search, so that's just really good. Snatch Seal, and then this guy, which negates spell traps and monster effects while you control hermit yokai monster, all hermit yokai monsters. So that is something that do note. And this deck doesn't really run a lot of traps, but this can be a little bit tricky because they all return to their hands. But yet it's really good because if you have it set, you summon a monster, they're like torrential, and you can be like, nope. And as far as this deck goes, it's really interesting to play, to say at the least. And if you've seen the Arc 5, they do make an appearance in the anime, so if you want to watch them out there, go ahead and find Arc 5. But I heard, for those of you who have seen Arc 5, I heard a rumor that they might be getting their other cards. There were 2 cards in the anime that just, like, if that came out, this deck could probably be tier 1, because there was 1 card that said every time a card returns to the hand except a hermit yokai, shuffle it back into the deck. And there was another one that said every time a hermit yokai returns to the hand, you can return another monster to the hand. So alone, they're decent. Well, the one that returns another one to the hand is good. It's really good just by itself, but the one that returns cards to the deck, like, if you can get out both of them, like, you can just get rid of your opponent's hand and put it back into the deck, which can just be horrible. Or get their field returns to the deck. And so that's just enough blabbering on anime cards. Like, who knows when they'll make an appearance in real life. But here, let's go right into the extra deck. Elrogan Nodin summons out a level 4 lower monster. And then Gustav Max, you can make them with 2 of these guys. But if you get out 2 of these guys, either you're doing something really good or your opponent's doing something really bad. Like, this, you should have won by now. You shouldn't even have a time to make Gustav Max. This deck just has so much room in the extra deck that I didn't know what else to do. For rank 6, we run Bouncer because he's good. You can make Deltros, and you can make Deltros consistently, so he's in there. Dark Rebellion Dragon, just we had a whole bunch of room. Ragna 0 to get rid of cards with a whole bunch of plus attack, and it's draw power, so it's decent, specifically against like Clifford matchup or maybe even the mirror match. Tiger King, so that way you can get your Tenkis over here. It's just really good because even if you can get out 2 of these guys, you can summon them and then overlay into Tiger King and then get off another search. 1 Black Shibacorn, 1/1/1, 1 Castle, 1 Excite Town, 1 Lavelle Veltan. I don't even know why he's in here. You could use him to top deck a card if you really wanted to. I have no clue. 1 Abystrella and 1 Cowboy. And so that is the entire deck. Really fun. Wow, a lot of these decks in Secret Forces, like, they're really fun to play. And I really wonder how they're gonna influence the meta. They do come out on the 13th. That is the day they become legal. So that will be really interesting. That's not too far away. I know I'm gonna be opening up a box and maybe some more, probably some more, just packs of Secret Forces, hoping to get Necros because that's the deck I really want to play. But we'll just have to see for that. And tell me what you guys think. I know a lot of people actually want to play Hermit Yokai. Like, I remember when they were first revealed, along with Necros and all that, I was asking people at locals, hey, which of those decks you can build? And some people, like, the Gusto player instantly was like, Ritual Beast. And then there was another person that was like, Hermit Yokai. And then somebody else said Necros. And I was like, no, because the mirror match for Necros is the most painful match you will ever play. But that's on another topic. We're here just for Hermit Yokai. And yes, that is the deck profile. And again, tell me what you guys think. Any other cards you think that would be good in the deck that I might have missed out upon, that I didn't realize. And yeah, just leave some comments. I really enjoy your comments. Or give me a like, that also helps. Or subscribe. Subscribing is probably the second best thing to a comment. So yes, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to check out my previous video, which was Shadows vs. UA. There should be a link if I ever get around to annotating, coming up very soon. And thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. Bye.